and Dakota's going to be there. And I'm like, oh, fuck those people. I'm going to hang out with Dakota.
I just met these dudes.
Yeah, fuck these guys. I'm going to hang out with Dakota. Yeah.
All right.
Feel good? Feeling good?
Feel good, yeah.
All right.
Just took me a second. Best of 5. Ding dong.
Oh, yeah.
I always just want to keep
There it
messing with these
is.
mics. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I mean, it has the grip on it, so
you just want to hold on to it like this.
Hello, everybody.
A pistol grip mic. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Best of 5. As always, my name is Chris, and I'm here today with Dakota, switching it up yet again on you guys.
Round number 4 for me here on Best of 5.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last week was G, and he was gone, so I recorded with Jory a couple weeks in a row.
Nice.
I think they got 3 weeks of Jory, so
Holy
that
cow.
People might be a little tired of Jory.
He's Jory's a really, really interesting person though. Like when he brings up some of the topics or some of the topics that are in the hat, I'm just like, what is going on inside your brain?
Yeah, like what?
But he's a really, really good dude, so I let it slide.
Yeah, nice. That's funny. Well, how are you today, Dakota?
Hanging in there, man. Yeah, we're recording on a Wednesday today, so halfway through the week, hump day.
Yeah, it is hump day.
Yeah.
Happy hump day to you watching if it's on Wednesday.
And it's November 1st, so holidays are right around the corner.
Heck yeah. Yeah, because I think this episode comes out the 8th? Or the week before Thanksgiving. I don't know. I have to look. So happy almost Thanksgiving, regardless of when this comes out.
Stuff your faces. That's what Thanksgiving is meant for.
Heck yeah. Well, anyway, you ready to jump into round one?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Round 1.
All right, and jumping into round number 1, what is the first topic there, Dakota?
The very first topic, which I was just told was Jory's, is
of course it was.
favorite whiskey.
That makes sense that Jory put that in the hat since he's all about whiskey.
He is.
Yeah.
He really is. So, Chris, why don't you start us off because I'm drawing a blank on my favorite whiskey's name now.
I mean, obviously it's 477 bourbon.
Yeah,
but outside of that one, actually, I'm fairly new into the whiskey game just in general. I didn't develop my palate for it until maybe a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I really drink any whiskey. I can tell you right off the bat what whiskeys I don't like, and that's Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. I cannot stand those whiskeys. They're way too sweet or something. I don't know what it is.
The very first time I ever drank alcohol, I'm not going to say my age, but I drank way too much Jim Beam, and still to this day I can't touch it. Even when I smell it.
Oh yeah,
this is a lot of years later. I'm just like,
yeah. Oh man, yeah.
So I think that may be the problem with whiskey for me is that I just don't I'll enjoy a bourbon old fashioned, but it needs to have it needs to be a true old fashioned. Otherwise,
right.
It's just
yeah, not with some of that, Jim Beam or Jack Daniels in it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Also, the problem with me drinking is I explore so much that when I go to a liquor store and I was like, oh, I haven't had this yet. It's moderately priced. Let's try it. And I'm like, ooh, that was good. And then I don't know what the name was because I looked at the label and I'm like, all right, that's a cool label. This, whatever.
This should be pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's try it. So I've had dozens of whiskeys that I have no idea what the name is until someone shows me the label. I'm like, oh yeah, I've had that. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. And they're all some Southern gentleman's name.
Yeah.
An entire you think of it Pendleton, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam. There's just so many, so that it's hard to keep track. But now I really liked becoming friends with Jory though because he is such an expert at it that I feel like he may be able to kind of teach me what to be looking for when it comes to
and he has such a knowledge of whiskey in general. I can describe the label. He's like, oh yeah, it's this one.
That's definitely not how my brain works at all. Now if I were to do that with certain beers, I'm very good at that. You could you go over here to Bricks or Weldworks or really any other places around Greeley, and somebody tells me, oh, I had this one beer at, and they can't remember the location, I can be like,
see, I'm like that with beer as well, but just being so new to whiskey. Yeah. And honestly, I think whiskey's good, but I'm more of a tequila person anyway. So I drink more tequila. and I'm trying to get more into whiskey because it's just more variety that's good. Where the tequila is like, you have your good tequila, even like mezcals are good, and then you have so much shit.
Right.
It's just oversaturated with shit.
Well, and I feel like everybody's trying to get into the tequila game because whiskey has already had that kind of like explosion.
Yeah.
So that's why they've kind of perfected their craft when it comes to the whiskey. But with tequila, it almost feels like everybody like The Rock and George Clooney and like all these dudes like trying to get into the tequila game, which their tequila is good. Don't get me wrong. Like when I've tried it, I've enjoyed it, but it's just it's newer.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It's not like a classic tequila taste,
right?
Yeah, it like has a bunch of like fillers in it now. Like they add vanilla to it to make it a little sweeter, and that like barrel taste that doesn't actually have any barrel in it. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I guess this is fine.
Yeah. But no, and going over to the 477, like they just have such a wide variety of the whiskeys as well that I feel like, just going and doing like a tasting session there would probably do a lot of people good because you can learn a lot about the different types of whiskey. Yeah,
I agree on that. But yeah, like, oh wait, we have a bottle up there. I'm gonna say it's Weller's. It's green. That's all I know. It's green. But like,
you can tell Jory, hey, that green bottle?
Yeah. But yeah, like I think that one was pretty good. That was a gift from Paul. Paul Knopfsinger has been on this podcast quite a bit, and I've never had it before. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. See, and it's always the thing. It's like I just don't know what I'm doing or like what I'm getting,
what I should be looking for here. Yeah. And with whiskey too, it's kind of like I don't feel like you can just go and do like a tasting of vodka. Like vodka, like you probably taste roughly the same thing,
right?
But with whiskeys, it does taste different. Like even the $20 bottles, like the Jim Beam and the Jack, like you can definitely tell which is which.
Yeah, and like even that, like even a bad whiskey isn't completely undrinkable,
right?
But like a bad tequila or a bad vodka, completely undrinkable.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, did I just drink peroxide?
Right,
what am
rubbing
I doing?
alcohol. Yeah. Like, why are my eyes watering?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I had this like vodka the other day, and it was pretty much just like thick syrupy vodka because it was flavored with some bullshit. And I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm never gonna drink this again.
See, and I'm a big vodka guy. Like if like my drink of choice, if I were to like go out and like I know I'm going to be drinking is a vodka soda, just because it's so solid. Easy to drink.
Yeah, I'm like kind of turning into like a gin person.
Yeah,
I don't like go out and actively like buy gins, but when I go out to a bar, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be drinking all night. I'm drinking a gin and tonic. I know why all the old men drink them now, because you can just drink them and you don't get all like sloshy.
Yeah, or like with whiskey and beer, you get like bloated and you feel gross. Or like if you have like Coke, you're going to be up all night because of the sugar. Like if you're mixing it with whiskey, so like definitely like soda, tonic, like that's the way to go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As we get older.
Yeah. Oh man, that made me sad.
I mean, but it's true. Like they say that like vodka's for like rich women on diets. And it's like, well, I guess that's my label.
That's me now. And like I remember when kind of on the same like area, but like when everyone was talking shit about like seltzers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, and then now I drink one, I'm like, yeah, I can have like 3 of these and not be gross. Like when I drink 3 beers.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. But would I rather go and do like a beer tasting? Yeah, absolutely,
100%. I don't actually like the taste of seltzers, but I like them enough that I can drink them and be like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, for sure. But to sum it all up, my favorite whiskey I did find.
That's what we talked about.
I did find a like a pre-made bottled old fashioned, and it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had any good pre-mix like cocktail like bottles yet that I found, but I should definitely
try it out. Just get your big ice cube, throw it on there, be good to go.
Well, with that being said, that is time. Yeah, I guess we kind of danced around our favorite whiskey the entire time.
I think we just kind of said how gross whiskey was. Sorry, Jory. I'm sure you wanted to explore. I might throw this back in the hat for you.
I'll take a Whistle Pig 12. Right. Oh, there. How's that? That's like a $200 bottle or something.
I mean, it's probably amazing, but would I spend that much money on any whiskey? No, because I don't enjoy whiskey enough that I could justify that.
That's fair. I mean, Not yet, anyway.
Right.
Not yet.
Right.
Anyway, let us definitely know. Definitely let us know if you have a favorite whiskey that's not 477, because everyone's favorite whiskey should be 477.
Especially if you live here in Greeley.
Exactly. But yeah, leave a comment. We'll see you on the next round.
Round 2.
All right, coming back with round number 2. Round number 2 is going to be food poisoning, which I believe is your topic.
Yeah, had a really rough experience with food poisoning, and I was kind of just curious as to if anybody else had experienced anything like this before. So we were flying home from Vietnam. Me and my family went a few years ago and went to this restaurant, and like already I wasn't feeling like great that day, and it was our last day. We were like about to head on our airplane, but our flight wasn't until like 9:30 at night. So
You had a whole day to waste.
Yeah, pretty much. So we like went and ate at this restaurant, and even like putting the food down, I was like, this is kind of gross. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. And I proceeded to eat it because we were there,
right?
And made it from Vietnam to the South Korean airport, and the South Korean airport, it's super nice, and they have these like pod areas that you can like sleep in, and I woke up in like the middle of the night, and I was like, oh my God, I think I shit my pants. So I ran to the bathroom, and like luckily had like an extra pair of shorts like in my like carry-on with me, because we had checked everything else, so there was no chance of getting anything else, but luckily for whatever reason I had the hindsight to pack an extra pair of underwear and shorts.
Well, I will now.
Yeah, that's it's warning to everybody, like just in case, because actually I think it was G and I, when we were writing this topics, he was like, listen man, if you don't shit your pants once in your life, you ain't living. And mine just had to wait till I was 29 years old, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have as a child, but
right.
But I guess that's probably, I've gotten food poisoning. I don't know if it was either food, because like it was kind of the similar thing where I was already kind of feeling shitty.
Yeah.
And then I ate, and it just made me feel shittier.
Right.
So I don't know if it was food poisoning or
just being sick.
Yeah. Or like my body's just sick already, and then I ate shitty food, and it just compounded on top of it.
That's what I don't know what it was either, but I contribute it to food poisoning because I've never like had that happen to me before, and it was the only thing that made sense.
Yeah. So I guess like kind of on that topic, we went to Disney, one of those, forgot, it was in Florida, whatever one that is. World. Yeah. So we went to Disney World when I was maybe in second grade. I was super picky eater when I was a little kid, super picky. And then we went out, forgot what we ate, but God, it fucked my stomach up. And then the entire time, it was like after we went to Disney World, so thankfully I didn't ruin Disney World. But we were just, after Disney World, we just like ate, walked around that area down there, because it's a whole bunch of random shit, and I was just like the whole time I was like, hey, I need to find a bathroom, and then
they're just like, you're like 8 years old, or they're just like ignoring you.
Definitely, like, dude, if it was like 30 seconds before or after, it would have been way worse. But like, because I was sick, it was just straight water. So it was just like, well, my dad's like, well, I guess we're not bringing those home, and he just throws away my underwear. Just like, okay.
Guess I'm freeballing it the rest of this trip.
Oh God, dude. I don't remember what we ate. I just remember like feeling absolutely like shit. And then going to this random like Mexican restaurant or something to use the bathroom, and the stall door was broken.
Oh no.
And I was just fucking just draining, dude. And my dad was kind of standing there, but he wasn't really paying attention. And like 3 dudes like opened the stall while I was taking him just the biggest dump an 8-year-old dump could do, dude. Oh God, it was awful. So I guess, I have shit myself, but it was when I was younger.
Yeah. No, this was embarrassing as all get out. But like, I just, like, food poisoning, it just feels different than, like, being sick. Like, you are out for the count. Like, your entire stomach is wrecked. And it's different than feeling, like, I don't know, like, I used to get strep throat a lot, so this is how I kind of relate it. Like, you just kind of feel crummy, and obviously, like, you can't talk. But with food poisoning, like, you lose control of like your motor functions. It seems like, and
it's like your whole body just turns off for some reason.
because it's almost like your body's doing like a reset or something like that, where it's like getting you to be like to stop eating, and then we're gonna flush all of this out, and we're gonna try it again.
It's like have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah, we're gonna get exactly. It's like you're blowing the N64 game. Hit the reset button 3 times. That's kind of what the body's doing. It's just flushing it all out. Throw up or the other way. And redo.
Oh man, and like there's a couple times where I have gotten like food poisoning ish, but it hasn't been to the point where I was throwing up or got diarrhea. I was just sitting there with like a knife in my gut. I think that's kind of worse.
I think so too, because then it's like there's nothing you can do about it. You're kind of just sitting there,
and you're like, ugh.
And as we get into older age, where I'm just going to bring this up on every topic, I guess, like kidney stones could be a factor in that too. Like if you have sharp pain, like you can just like have kidney stones.
I forgot. I think I was talking to G. It might have been G's podcast, or we might have just been off mic, but we were talking about kidney stones, and he like got freaked out.
Really? Just like super nervous about that.
We were talking about Tums. That's what it was, and I was like, if you eat too much Tums, you can give yourself kidney stones.
Because it's kidney stones are just like calcium buildup. Which guess what's in Tums?
That's half the ingredients. I'm pretty sure. Oh man, but I haven't even thought about that Florida trip in a long time. So thanks for bringing up traumatic memories. Appreciate it. I did hit a birdie on that trip as an 8-year-old. That was cool.
What?
Yeah.
Was it on a putt-putt course?
No, it was a real golf course. It was real. It was cool.
What the heck, man? I didn't realize you were that good of a golfer.
Well, I was until I was like 12, and then I completely stopped golfing.
Did you used to do like lessons and stuff like that?
So I was in lessons for an entire 2 summers. So God, it was like 8 in the morning or something till like noon.
Oh my God.
And it was like a whole group of kids. So we'd in the morning go to the driving range or chip or putt, then we'd play 9 holes. And that was like for an entire 2 summers.
That's awesome. I think I did that once, but it was for like 2 weeks. Where it was something like that.
Well, it could have been 2 weeks. I was a child. I don't remember how long.
Like forever.
Well, my dad's a really good golfer. So
okay, that makes sense. Great game, but frustrating.
Definitely. Almost like food poisoning.
Exactly.
Well, got a little off topic on the end, but that's okay.
7 minutes talking about food poisoning is pretty hard, to be honest with you. I could have elaborated more in my story, but I'm like, the people don't care.
The food poisoning is one of the hard ones too, because you can't get into too much detail because it's a little too much.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. But if you guys ever enjoyed the wonderful time of getting food poisoned, definitely let us know. You won't, but that's okay.
And it could be a hilarious story, just like mine was, like it happens. It happens to everybody.
Or it could be very traumatic like mine was.
Right.
That's okay. Talking about it helps sometimes.
First step is acceptance.
Moving on.
Round 3.
All right, Dakota. What is round number 3?
Round number 3 is shower thoughts that immediately disappeared.
The problem with this is they disappeared.
Right. So you don't remember any of your shower thoughts.
But if you wrote them down in the shower, what kind of thoughts you think you would have?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there are, like you're getting ready for work or whatever, you're sitting in the shower and you're like thinking about your day, and then you think of something. You need, like, people need to get like a whiteboard or something to like write it down.
Something in there.
I'm sure that's probably the secret that like these billionaire CEOs don't say that they do.
They write down their shower thoughts. Because like you could come up with a like best invention ever. It's like, all right, so it's like scuba gear but for cats, so they don't get wet, so they don't have to be scared of the water.
Right.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That's probably one of your shower thoughts,
probably.
Actually. But yeah, like them disappearing, like we need to figure out a way that like, other than a whiteboard, I mean, I think that's dumb, but like that, if you have a shower thought, or like maybe you think of something that you need to get done that day or what have you, that you're able to write it down and remember it.
Yeah. What kind of thoughts do you mostly have in the shower? Like, do you think of ideas, or you're just kind of like cruising through the day?
Yeah. So I'm a morning shower person. I think most people are.
Yeah.
but I'm usually thinking of like, what I need to do before work, during work, and then after work that day. So I'm trying to like, I don't know. I'm a really big like routine. Like if I know things in advance, I like set my brain up to be like, okay, I'm going to do the best at that thing at that time. Then and like try to think of it that way. So but like a lot of it, I think it's mostly work that I'm thinking about since like I'm about to go there.
Yeah. Usually when I take a shower, it's not even like first thing in the morning. I like wake up, go downstairs, get some water, probably take some Advil or some form of ibuprofen because, waking up in the morning hurts. I don't really eat breakfast, so I kind of munch on something like a little granola bar or something like that. And then do some work because I work from home a lot, though. And then before I leave the house, then I shower. So I could wake up at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, do a bunch of stuff, and it's like noon. And then I take a shower. Right. And then I go out for the day.
And you've already done some of the work that needed to get done that day.
Yeah. So when I'm in the shower, I just kind of like zone out and I have no idea. I can honestly say I have no idea.
Don't even have shower thoughts. You're just like...
Yeah, I'm just like, meh. See, and like I put on podcasts and like long form like story videos kind of thing where it's like news about stuff when I'm in the shower. I don't know why I do that because I don't listen to it.
I know. I used to listen to like NPR, like on Spotify. They have the like the daily, which is like a kind of roundup of what happened like around the world, and it's like 10 minutes long, real quick. But yeah, same sort of thing. I just like I turn it on because I'm like I need to be informed. I need to know what's going on and all over the world, and then I just like zone out. I'm thinking about my own individual self.
Yeah, you're thinking about the cat Scooby kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard even to think about what I think about in the shower because I've never thought about what I thought about in the shower.
Yeah.
Especially while I'm in the shower, my mind just like clears out.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing. That's just like you're like kind of wiping away your morning and like, all right, about to go crush it the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I can kind of liken this to though is when you're falling asleep and you like have a thought, you're like, oh shit, I got to get that done tomorrow. I'll remember. And then you wake up in the morning. Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, just nothing. Yeah. It's just like, well, back to the old grind.
Dude, so if I wrote down every joke that I've thought of while I was falling asleep, I'd probably have like a solid 45 minutes right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, that's a good punchline.
Of stand-up?
Yeah.
Just
like, oh, that's a good punchline.
I don't know if this is creepy or not. My wife says this is creepy, but I think I must just be living like the best life of all time because I sometimes laugh in my sleep. But it's not
creepy for you.
But it's not like, but she says it's not like a creepy laugh. It's not like I'm like, yeah, or like I'm speaking in tongues or anything. But like I will let out like a guttural laughter because I'm like I was either dreaming something funny or thought of something funny that I just go.
That's brilliant. Yeah, so like,
and she says it all the time. She's just like, "You woke me up laughing again." I go, "At least I'm not like screaming and writhing around everywhere,
just
like
having night." Yeah.
Are you glad that I'm enjoying my dreams, or would you rather me, be suffering in my dreams?
Dude, I've definitely like woke myself up laughing before because like I don't laugh like when I'm surprised by something funny. I don't go ha ha ha. I go, oh, god damn it. Yeah, like my whole body just like my throat closes up. I forget how to swallow. So I stop breathing.
So you wake yourself up.
Yeah, I'm just like oh god,
skip a breath.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, and then I wake up. I was like, that was funny. Wait, what was funny? Every time.
I know. I try to remember what was so funny, like now that she's told me that I do that, because this is kind of a newer thing that's happened in the past, like maybe year or so.
Oh, okay.
And I guess like lately I'm just like, whatever, like before I go to bed and I'm just laughing away. Yeah. It's definitely not every night, but it did just happen like on Monday.
Oh, so that's recent.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
That's funny.
But man. I can kind of liken it to like shower thoughts and falling asleep thoughts because they're kind of in the same. I think it's where your brain, like you're not actively like thinking, you're just kind of like zoning out or like trying to fall asleep, and then just like a thought pops into your head. And there's got to be a way that we could invent something where it allows you to remember.
Do you know what? Okay, and I'm probably showing my age now, but you remember that Seinfeld episode where Jerry wakes up while sleeping and writes down a joke in the middle of the night?
No.
Yeah, so he like writes, he wakes up like just belly laughing, goes on this thing and writes it down. He's like, and then goes back to sleep. And then he wakes up in the morning, gets ready, and then he like forgets that he wrote it down. So he pulls up his like pad and he's like, oh yeah, the funniest joke ever. And he can't read it. And that's the entire episode. He's like, what's this say to you?
Yeah.
And they're like,
that's brilliant.
Yeah. So you say like it could be like you could write it down, but even then like you have to wake up to write it down.
Right.
And even that process of just waking up, you're going to forget.
You're going to forget it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, speaking of forgetting, forgot to hit the timer. That is time.
I was super nervous about getting through 7 minutes on that bland topic.
Yeah. But like it's an interesting like thought.
Yeah.
Like what have you forgot that you came up with kind of thing?
Because obviously it was important at the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise your brain wouldn't have.
Yeah, like how much stuff have you forgotten just in general, you know? That's an interesting like thought experiment, I guess. But
who knows?
Yeah, well, let us know what you guys remember that you forgot.
What?
Moving on.
Round 4.
All right, and moving on to round number 4. I know you guys are tired of it because we had I don't know if you saw, but we had an entire DVD extras that was just us talking about D&D.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
no,
it was
I missed
called
the DVD extras.
D&D extras.
Nah.
But anyway, this isn't about D&D, but it's D&D adjacent. So topic number 4 is multiple dice sets or a singular dice set.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on your level or like how much you play.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to like a D&D session, you know, once a week, let's just say, you probably want to have a couple of different dice. Sets of dice, I should say. Because reason being is that maybe you roll super horribly on you know one of the sessions that you're playing. You may want to switch up your dice, because those dice could be
put it in jail.
100%. Put those dice in jail. Now if you're just kind of a not avid, that's definitely the wrong word, but
casual?
Like a casual D&D player, you probably only need one set of dice.
Yeah, because if you're casual, then you kind of don't do any like higher level playing, so you only need literally one of that set of dice.
Right.
Yeah, it's just when you get into like, you know, higher levels and you're like need to roll like a 4d4, and like if you don't have 4d4s and you're going around, hey, can I use your d4? Yeah, you do it 4 times. You go, hey, can I use a d4? Hey, can I use a d4?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I guess that's true too. Me and my buddies, we play D&D. We do it on the D&D Beyond. So you just click the number of ones you want to do, and that makes it easy. But that's because they live out of state. The guys that I play with. So.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, how do you feel about digital dice? Like, I know that probability is literally the same, but it's more, I don't know, I feel like it's more random.
I kid you not, the last time that I played, I rolled a nat 20 on some ability check.
Yeah.
And then my DM reminded me that I had 2 levels of exhaustion, so I technically had to roll with disadvantage. Yeah. So I had to roll it again, and I got another nat 20.
That's pretty
on
sick.
Digital dice.
That's pretty sick.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Because sometimes you're rolling horribly, like you're just clicking on your laptop, and you get so frustrated. And my DM one time was even like, "Go get your dice," because the digital dice were doing no favors. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to run all the way upstairs. Do it one more time.
Yeah. So I'm pretty bad at this because I don't have multiple dice for any practical reason.
No.
Yeah.
You just like the styles.
Yeah. I just like I was like, oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I have probably, like, when I say full set, I'm not saying like, you know, you have a D20 all the way, like your 7 base die.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's one set. I'm saying like I have 4 sets. That's one set for me. I probably have like 7 sets of 4 sets.
Goodness.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, and I think I have some in that drawer too. Like I just have dice everywhere,
just in case.
I have dice in my bag just in case. I have dice in that drawer that I haven't even taken out of the plastic that I bought it in. I gave my daughter probably 4 sets or 4 like individual sets. I've given away to my D&D group probably another 5. and I still have a full pouch and a full pouch in my house.
Wow.
Yeah.
The very first time I played the very first time I played D&D, he's kind of our friend group, like DM. He's just always kind of DMing.
Yeah.
He bought us all a dice set, and that's still the one that I use. Like, I haven't got out and like bought any more.
Solid.
So
yeah. And for my birthday this year, my daughter bought me 2 metal D20s.
Oh, heck yeah.
So not only do I have like, my 7 base set of dice, but I also have like
super cool
just
D20s.
5 random metal D20s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do you like going over to like the nerd store downtown over here and seeing all the different types of die, because there are some super dope ones.
Yeah.
Super dope ones.
Yeah, and I know homies that like spend like $30 on a set, and they're sitting there and there's like has a little like foam that's all stuck in and has a case and everything. They like flip it open, they like pull it out all perfectly molded in there.
What?
And then they roll it and they're like, oh, that's in jail, and then they just pull out like a 30-cent one and just roll it. Just because it's rolling horribly, so they switch it up to the shitty ones.
And that's so I guess that's kind of the line I think of having a singular dice set versus multiple is just your how much you play.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and I guess like if you're DMing too, I think that'll justify.
You would need multiple sets.
Yeah, because then that's when you do like multi-attack stuff and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Or you could even make it easy on yourself and be like, okay, I'm going to use this set for like when I'm rolling against the party, or I'm going to use this one when I'm rolling for like attacks when I'm playing as a monster.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have it for any real practical reason. I'm just like, ooh, that one's pretty. That one's pretty.
What other like tabletops could you use a base set of dice?
I mean, like D&D adjacent, like Pathfinder, which is pretty much exactly the same as D&D, just different lore. It's the same mechanics on everything. I was playing Lancer, and I think that uses a D20.
Okay.
I think they're called D20 sets. And don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But like where the biggest one's D20 all the way to D4 or whatever. But I have played this game called Shadowrunner, and it uses literally like 15 D6s.
What?
Yeah, so the whole purpose of the game is to roll like D6s.
You're like playing Yahtzee.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's I'm gonna misquote this. I only played it one time. But like when you're attacking somebody, it's like, all right, their attack is 3d6. So they roll 3d6, and then say they get all sixes, they get 18. And your attack is 5d6. So you have to beat 18. And then those numbers cancel out, and then what's left is what you attack.
Do damage.
Yeah, or something like that.
That's
something
actually
like that.
really interesting. I can see D&D making sense that way.
Yeah, because like it's like defense is X, attack is X, so then they cancel out, and then that's what the attack is, or something along those lines.
That also kind of makes it more like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon cards.
Yeah, you can say it that way. Yeah, but that was pretty fun. Like I still have like it's like a little thing like this with just like 30 D6s in it, but they're like very, very small.
Are they?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
yeah, I've never played another game that needed them, so I think that's maybe why I haven't went and bought out more sets.
That's fair. I just got this game too. I forgot what it's called. Legends of Drunkadia or something like that.
Drunk?
Yeah, it's a drinking game.
Hey!
So basically you have your little characters in a glass, and how full the glass is your health bar.
What?
Yeah. It's pretty sick. And it's basically like each person just gets 1d20, and you just have to beat whatever scores on the bad guy's card.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then if not, then you take damage, so you have to take a drink of your thing, and then it's great.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's a drinking game.
It's a drinking game. Huh. I played it with my family, like even like my nieces and nephews that are not 21 yet. They just put
use soda.
Yeah, just put soda or water in it. Yeah.
Huh.
But it's pretty neat.
Very
but anyway,
fun.
It's time.
It is time. Well, everybody, let us know if you are an avid D&D player or not, and you do another tabletop that uses the D20 dice set. Do you have multiple sets, or just use an individual like me? Like Chris and I are very different in that regard.
I just like the pretty colors.
Yeah, that's fair.
And when I roll them too, like, so because I'm a barbarian, I have like my D20 that I use as barbarian, my D12 that's for attacks, and then my D12 and D4 are like matching set. So my attack dice have to be matching.
So it makes it easy for you to do the math of like, okay, when I attack, I also need to roll this.
Yeah, so my attack dice are the same, and then all the other extra dice are just different colors.
Huh.
Yeah, so then I know these are my attacks.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's all right. Anyway, moving on.
Final round.
All right, Dakota, what is going to be our final topic for this episode?
Our final topic is collecting/collections. So I think the person,
like the IRS collections?
Yeah,
okay.
definitely. Yep. And I think what their meaning is like things that people collect or that kind of thing.
Okay. Are you a collector or just kind of like a...
I wouldn't say that I am. I do have collected a bunch of like old video games, like video game consoles. Like I have a Sega Dreamcast, a Sega Genesis, N64, a GameCube, a Wii,
Like, was this on purpose, or you just have these over the years?
No, I never had Segas growing up.
Yeah.
The GameCube and the Wii I did have. What else do I have? I still have my old PS2 from like 2004 whenever they came out.
Yeah, Guitar Hero 2 was the only game I had on PS2.
Fucker's this big.
Yeah.
Still runs like a champ. It's loud, but it still runs. Yeah. So like I guess I've collected that, and then I still have my Pokemon cards.
Solid.
That I think are worth money.
Maybe.
I look them up and it says they are, but I'm like too afraid to like actually go send them in.
Yeah, because you have to send them in to get graded, and that's hundreds of dollars by itself.
And I'm just not willing to do that. So
and then you get it back. It's like, oh, actually, this doesn't worth any money.
Yeah, this is $7.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like I don't really collect anything, and it's not a conscious collection, but obviously what I just talked about, I collect dice.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not even like I collect it. I just like different ones.
Yeah.
I like the variety of life, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I guess why it's different from collecting for me is because I just give my excess away most of the time. So I'm just like, oh, I don't want that.
You're not a hoarder with it. You acquire them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that I kind of have collected, and it's not really even on purpose, is like Rocky or just baseball hats or caps.
Yeah. I do have, similar to this shelf that you guys have here, I have one of those in my house, and it's like overfilled. There's like 4 layers of hats. So maybe I'm the same way. And
I wouldn't say that I collect hats. I just like go to the hat store and I'm like, that hat's cool, and I buy one. And I don't buy one for an entire year. And then someone buys one for me.
Right.
And I'm like, cool. And then I just have hats.
More hats. Well, and the thing with hats is that like if you wash them every once in a while, like they're gonna last a very, very long time. Yeah. It's different than like t-shirts that get like pit stains or you tear or something like that. Like the hat.
And if you have enough hats, then you don't wear them, or you like rotate them in and out.
Yeah.
And then they don't get ruined because you don't wear them. Yeah.
Right.
I will say though, like I have found hats that I'm like, I have this hat, and then I start wearing it. I'm like, oh, nice. And someone's like, new hat, and I'm like, nope.
Had it for 10 years. It was at the bottom of my closet.
Yeah, totally forgot that I had it. But also have hats that I will just never wear, and it's not because like I don't like them. It's like someone got it for me, and I'm like, oh, I can't throw away a present, I guess.
Right.
I also feel bad just throwing away clothes in general.
Yeah. I'm very horrible at that. Like I hold on to pairs of socks that have holes in them, and it's like, why? Just get rid of it, man. Yeah. Do better.
Dude, like I have a whole drawer of like underwear that I don't wear anymore because they're just fucked up, like have holes or ripped or something. I'm like, I feel weird throwing this away. I don't know why, but like you don't want to donate it because they're fucked up.
Yeah.
Probably should just throw it away.
It's
or try to sell it on the internet. Somebody should buy it.
That hoarder mentality a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
But I get like I think like with collecting and collections, I think it's like to each their own. Like everybody kind of just has their own things that they really like. Like remember the Furby craze, or not Furby, Beanie Babies. Yeah, the Beanie Baby craze. Like people are going nuts for that shit. Obviously, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards. And
like I still have. Well, I gave them to my daughter, but she still has like all my Pokemon cards, and I have no idea what's in there.
Right.
Yeah, at all. And she collects baseball cards, like actively, like goes out and buys packs. Like every year she goes and buys like a new set. So yeah, because she's super into baseball, which is cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, did you hear about blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I have no idea who that is. She's like, it's the pitcher for the Astros. I'm like, I've no idea.
She's like, Dad, did you know that it's Game 5 of the World Series tonight? And you're like, no.
Yeah, not at all. I actually have been watching the World Series.
Okay.
I watched 0 playoffs because none of the teams I was super invested in.
Yeah.
And then once it came to the World Series, I'm like, cool, I'm going to watch this
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
My dad got to go to Game 3 because they were in Arizona.
Oh, nice,
They
nice.
live. Yeah. It was a bucket list item for him. I was like,
Was
how
that
much
last
do those
night,
tickets
or
cost? Night before
Yeah.
or Monday night. But yeah, he was like, I asked him how much those tickets were, and he was like, you don't want to know. But it was on my bucket list, so I had to.
I heard there was I forgot. I don't think it was Arizona, but it might have been. But like World Series tickets dropped to like $50.
No way.
Yeah, because there was. It wasn't World Series. It might have been the NLCS. Yeah, might have been the NLCS, and also might not have been the Diamondbacks. But like playoff tickets dropped to like $50. Like it was nosebleedy, but still, it's
it's the World
playoffs,
Series,
or whatever it was.
Yeah, or
and I was
playoffs.
like, dude, that's wild.
Yeah,
that's fucking
way
wild.
low. Holy cow. But yeah, like, do your parents collect anything, or?
No, my mom's the opposite of collecting because my grandma is like an over collector.
I
don't wanna-
do like Hummels or anything like that.
I have fucking no idea. Yeah. All her shit is like literally in her basement, and she doesn't let anybody go down there.
No way.
Yeah, like dead ass. Like, where you going? I'm just going. No, you're not going in the basement. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm like, it's never picked up, Grandma.
What's down there?
Because I wanted to go look at her record collection. 'Cause she literally has hundreds of old records, like from like the 30s and all this. Yeah. So I just wanted to go look at it. She's like, nope. I'm like, okay then.
I guess also too, like within our lifetime, like since things have gone more to streaming and that sort of thing, like collecting CDs, records, DVDs, all that has kind of gone away as well because of streaming. So
Well,
like
I
you
guess,
could say
like,
people collected that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't collect records. I just listen to records and I buy ones that I want to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't call it collecting because I don't buy records to keep. I buy records to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's collecting for me is a weird kind of nuance because I don't collect them for value, and I feel like that's what collecting
is. Yeah, I totally agree.
Like where you get them rated and you put them in a frame, and then you never read. Never read the comic book that you bought.
Or people do that with comic books, with action figures, like with all that kind of stuff, and it's like that's like so weird to me.
Yeah, and I use it, so that's why I guess I wouldn't say I collect things.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
But with that being said, I guess let me know if I am a collector. Because I don't think I am, but I totally could be.
And I'd also be very interested to know what people do collect.
Yeah.
Like if there's something that we missed that we didn't bring up in that 7-minute roundup there.
Yeah, I mean, there could be a lot. I bet people collect everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ceramic clown porcelain things. Like in Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Or like in college, we like the height of interior decorating was putting our finished liquor bottles on top of our cabinets.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that was collecting.
Every like college dude or frat house collected empty bottles of liquor for some fucking reason,
and it was always gross. It was always like Burnett's all up there.
And then there was one that's just like a Johnny Walker Blue, and it's like, oh yeah, my dad got that for me for Christmas.
Right,
we polished it off that night. I'm just like, fuck, man. All right. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Best of 5. Make sure to stay tuned on Friday for DVD extras. I hope you guys are gearing up for Thanksgiving. That is next week.
Yeah, hope everybody stuffs their faces.
Yeah, it's going to be good. See you guys on Friday. Have a good day.
Cheers.